Hi gang, welcome back for another beautiful week, all here together. I'm so glad that you're here to continue our conversation and to continue exploring out in nature, beautiful nature, and through the scope of yoga, being present here in unity together. We are continuing our topic and discussion about the tree of yoga. So we started 2 weeks ago, I think, with the yamas, which are the codes of behavior, moral codes of behavior. Now, this week, we're studying a new branch called the niyamas, which are our qualities of behavior. So, we're thinking about holding ourselves to a higher standard for the ways in which we act as we move throughout the world, interact with other people, and especially our quality of behavior with ourselves. So this is a nice practice to explore. There's 5 niyamas that we're going to talk about today. The first is called saucha, which is cleanliness and purity. We can think about saucha as having fresh eyes as we go out into the world, seeing things in a new way, having a fresh perspective and approach to maybe something very mundane, maybe our regular life routines, integrating that clean, fresh perspective and having a new approach to things. So we can also think about that purity and cleanliness from a place deep within us, speaking from a pure heart, acting in such a way that is true to who we really are. So keeping true to who we really are, all lies within saucha. Next, our second niyama is santosha, which is contentment. So being content is very important in our lives. That's something, obviously, that we all strive for, having that peaceful, happy perspective. So this is something that we want to practice, and that is absolutely a choice in our day-to-day actions with anything that we're confronted with. We can find that place of contentment when we give ourselves the time to notice and acknowledge it, that it's already within us. It's something that we unlock. So our third tapa is tapas. Our third niyama is tapas, which is our desire to practice. So this is about when we're in that place of contentment, of happiness, we want to be engaged in the mind-body connection. We have that drive as practitioners and yogis in training to practice asana, to be on our mat, and to be physically engaged and appreciative of our world. So that heat is called tapas, and it's something that goes into the fourth niyama, which is our self-study. So that is called svadhyaya. And with our self-study, maybe we don't always have the time to get on our mats and to practice yoga and to physically engage in that way. So we can return to ourselves in that already fiery place, and we can channel that energy into our self-study, into better understanding who we are and our being naturally here and now. So that's definitely a quality of behavior that's very important to integrate into our lives. And it keeps us well adapted too. Our fifth and last niyama is Isvara Prandanana. And that is our self-surrender, which is so important, such a important barrier to face and to overcome. And there's so much value and treasure within that release. This niyama, this last niyama, can also be considered a spiritual observance or the observance of a higher power. So this is a very intimate and personal experience for each of us as practitioners. This is something that we can all integrate in our own ways, but I do like considering it as self-surrender, just allowing yourself to be after you've studied, you've self-reflected, to have that grand self-acceptance and to be here now. This is just the ultimate, supreme quality of our actions, our behaviors, to come from a place of surrender and to be here, to truly be in this moment. So that is what the 5 niyamas are about, and bringing these qualities into practice, time and time again in our lives, bringing it into our internal dialogue, especially, really begins to shape who we are as people and as simply as beings on this earth together. And it brings for a very beautiful shared quality experience too, which is why I wanted to share it with you, my friends. I think that that makes Earthrise Gang so special, that we can work on these things together. And this is a journey for me too, very much so. These are things I work on in my daily life and come back to during different phases of life, different transitions, time and time again. So it means a lot to me to be able to share this with you. And although we aren't having a physical practice this week, I do hope that you'll write in your journals, that you'll comment and have that conversation with me, that back and forth about how you feel about these topics. It's always really nice to open that dialogue, and I am always here for that conversation with you. Again, I'm here as a resource, a friend, teacher, guide. I'm here for you. So thank you for taking the time today. I hope that you get outdoors and you get to breathe and be in a beautiful space. And if you can't, create that space around you, create that space within you, because you deserve it. Thank you so much, gang, for being here, and have a great rest of your week. Namaste.